everyone! I'm Catherine, I'm the Creatives Manager here at kegg, and today I wanted to talk about the role of cervical mucus in fertility. Because the consistency of your cervical mucus becomes more slippery as you occur ovulation in your cycle, it's really important to observe how it feels over time. So let's get down to the basics. What is cervical mucus? Cervical mucus consists of mucus molecules, protein chains, minerals, and water produced by the glands of the cervix. This combination forms a unique electrolyte structure that shifts throughout the hormonal changes in your cycle. Because cervical mucus and fertility go hand in hand, it's important to keep track of the changes in your cervical fluid throughout your cycle. The four main ways that cervical mucus helps you get pregnant are: the cervical fluid shifts the pH of the vagina into a more alkaline environment to keep the sperm alive longer. The cervical fluid also helps the sperm navigate on their way to the egg. The high water content of the cervical mucus helps the sperm flow upstream. The cervical fluid also provides sufficient nutrients to keep the sperm healthy and alive. And lastly, the cervical fluid helps to filter out the atypical sperm. So what about the different stages of cervical fluid? Typically, after the menstrual cycle ends, the cervical fluid becomes more dry and sticky, and some women don't even see cervical mucus during this time. After this phase, the cervical mucus transitions into a fertile window, allowing the cervical mucus to become more lotiony and watery. After this phase, the cervical mucus transitions into a more wet and slippery one, typically known as egg white cervical mucus, as it resembles the consistency of egg white. After ovulation, cervical mucus transitions into a more thick consistency, almost jello-like and kind of clear and white, and this prevents any foreign substances or additional sperm to enter the cervix. The best way to track your cervical mucus is with kegg. While tracking your cervical mucus manually may work over time, there's an easier way to tracking your cervical mucus for sure in identifying your fertile window. Kegg is a fertility tracking device that detects the electrolyte level changes in your cervical fluid throughout your cycle, and it allows you to identify your fertile window. This allows you to observe when you're entering your fertile window in order to maximize your chances of conception by timing your efforts effectively. While other methods such as LH testing or basal body temping may show you 1 to 2 days of ovulation, kegg can show you your full fertile window, which is typically 5 days. This is the 5 most fertile days of your cycle that you may be missing with other methods. With kegg, you don't have to learn how to manually track your cervical mucus consistency, and it takes the guesswork out of when you might be in your fertile window or not. Because kegg detects your unique changes in your cervical mucus, it caters and personalizes all the information to the user themselves. Because everyone's cycles are so different, it's important that kegg actually personalizes to the exact changes of the user's body. This means that every fertile window reflected on the kegg chart of each user is directly related to the changes of the body of the user. I hope you were able to learn more about how your cervical mucus changes with your body and how kegg can be helpful in identifying your fertile window. See you next time.